It's another beautiful morning to have great conversations here on the show. My name is Miriam Uduaka Mensa. We're about to get into the big conversations. And of course, it is Voting Voices here on MX24. If you're just joining in, you made the right choice. I always tell you that we're holding the government of the day accountable here on the show. We're going to make sure that every government that sits on the seat in this country, they'll give us the best. We deserve it, and we're going to demand for that. Today, we're joined by Mr. Bright Ofori Ampofo, the NPP Constituency Chairman, or do I say Honorable? Okay, for Botiano Inglesi and Manfro, for a deep dive into the party's performance, internal restructuring, which is a very important conversation because we've been talking about this. In January, we're going to see a new face leading the party, and so it's become imperative for us to get into these conversations. Of course, national political debates and constituency level development. You've also heard that part of the restructuring that is going on in the party is making sure that the party focuses on the grassroots, and they're putting together, arrangements for that to happen. This conversation explores the NPP's election defeats and lessons going forward. It has become imperative for us to get into that conversation as well. Controversial national policy decisions and their implications. Internal party readiness ahead of the parliamentary and national primaries. His personal achievement, leadership, philosophy, and future priorities for the BNA constituency. Ladies and gentlemen, is this where we roll the drums and shouts? Because it will not be all fun until, it's all fun. We'll end it with all fun and games. But when we get into business, we get into business. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, madam.
How are we doing?
I'm good, yourself?
Good? Mm-hmm. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I wish it was an entertainment show where we get to talk about how I know you. But unfortunately, this is not. I guess we have to bring you on a day where
I'm more comfortable with this.
With this one, right?
So
let's stay with this
exactly.
flow. This flow is better. But it's really good to have this conversation with you. In a couple of weeks, your party will be going to the polls, and so it has become important for us to sit and have this conversation. Well, let's get right into it. But so far, this is a question I asked my NPP friends. How is opposition?
Anyway, to begin with, I want to say hello to your cherished viewers. Beginning, you called me honorable.
Yes.
I don't think that these days, honorable is a good term to be given to people.
Oh, is it?
Yes, because honorable people that are supposed to be honorable are doing a lot of dishonorable things. So it's not fun to be called honorable.
Oh.
So please, I'm not honorable yet.
Yes.
Maybe I will be one day. Yes.
That's very modest of you, but I'm going to stay with that. So okay. I respect your decision.
Yes, in opposition, any political party or any serious person, whatever you're doing, you have to weigh in the pros and cons. And when we're going to election 2024, we went into it knowing that it's possible that we will not win power. So, losing elections is not a do-or-die affair. You are prepared for it. And these days, people even see us, they go like, you guys, you are in opposition, but you even look better than those who have won power. So it's not about the fact that you've won power or you are in opposition. This is what you do and what your psyche and, your mind tells you that is going to be good for the country and yourself. Yeah. So in opposition, I don't see much difference in my life. Yeah.
In your life. We want to talk about what is happening in Parliament in recent times, what we've seen, the opposition making some recommendations in the past, and then, majority coming back to but adhere to those. As again, we're thinking about it, and it's regarding the lithium conversation. Opposition did tell the sitting government that it's not a good cause you're chanting.
Please, can you place the opposition in the right perspective? You mean the then opposition or now opposition?
Minority.
Right now?
Right now minority.
All right, that's the NPP minority.
The NPP minority.
Okay.
The NPP minority. Pardon me. The NPP minority did make some recommendations with regards to that conversation. Now we have majority coming back to Parliament and saying that we're revoking it for X and X reasons. Does it? Okay, let's ask this way. How does that sit with you? You're
talking about the lithium agreement?
Yes.
Every Ghanaian should be worried about what is going on, because what was not good yesterday cannot be better today. When NPP was in power, the agreement we took to Parliament was that we're giving the concession, 10% of the concession to the locals, to the chiefs and, opinion leaders. The then opposition NDC said it was wrong, it was too small, it's a 419, it's a scam and all those things. Now you come to power and you reduce it to 5%, and they expect us to keep quiet about it. That is something that we shouldn't be quiet about it, because ask yourself, where is the other 5% going? Is it really going to the mining company, or some people are going to line their pockets with it? Why are they so energetic and vociferous fighting for the 5%, yet they fought that 10% was bad? So as a country, our conscience should wake. We should be able to, I like what your introduction, that the youth should be very much interested in what is going on in politics. Because yesterday, somebody said he was coming to revoke betting tax, so that you get money to give you more jobs. So in the mind of that person, yes, he came to power, he has revoked that tax, yet you are still unemployed. So in the mind of the person who revoked those taxes, he's thinking that staking lotto or betting is an employment for you. So we should ask, for important things that will help us as youth. The youth should be able to ask legitimate questions, ask for important things, because if we, for instance, you have come and you've taken away the betting tax, what next for the youth? That is not what they're asking for. They want job. And that is, jobs for the youth now is a national security.
It is.
It's a national security issue, because we shouldn't take the peace that we're having for granted. If the youth are not well placed, the country is in danger.
Indeed.
So if 10% was not good yesterday, 5% today cannot be good. It's highly unacceptable.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed. Well, we're glad that, we're getting some changes.
They have to. They have no choice. They have to.
They have no choice. Okay. Well, Ghana just witnessed a historic election outcome. One that you all can attest to, that it wasn't something, even if there was supposed to be a defeat, that's not how bad we wanted it to look like. Well, from your perspective, what were the biggest factors that contributed to the NPP's defeat nationally?
Yes, you are right. It was a defeat that we were not expecting. But the major contributing factor for our defeat was the propaganda and lies that were thrown out by the NDC party. The lies were just so much that everybody believed in it. And it was impossible to even correct them. And all these lies and propaganda were coming on the heels of a very bad international pandemic called COVID. I mean, the whole world closed down. No country opened. Our airports, our schools, our workers were home, yet we were paying them. I mean, after the COVID, there was no government that has been able to sustain power. All of them went out because the COVID brought on its wake economic hardships. And economic hardships, nobody, no population will be able to accept it and it will be normal. And you can't even explain it, because if I am hungry, whatever you're telling me, I'll not even hear it.
I'm not listening.
Yes, so these are the contributing factors. The economic hardships that came on the heels of COVID and the Ukraine war. It's amazing that when we're talking about COVID and the Ukraine war, President Mahama and the NDC were out there saying that it was not only Ghana that had, and other countries had moved on after COVID, but even today, he's using COVID as the reasons for the economic slowdown. When he's in Ghana, he says that COVID didn't do anything bad to Ghana. But when he's on the international stage, where you cannot mislead anybody, you cannot deceive anybody, he admits that COVID and the Ukraine war has effect on our economy.
So I was listening to you, and I was hoping to hear what everybody is saying on the streets, or what people are saying on the streets, that you lost touch with your base. And that was part of the reasons why you lost the elections. No,
that could be part of it. But the percentage cannot be compared to the economic hardships and then the propaganda and the lies that were thrown out there. For instance, a whole incoming president, Mahama, took duties that would pay at the port and stand on national TV and was calling them one by one, that this make cost of clearing things at the port high. So he said when he comes, he reduce all of them. Now, somebody posted yesterday that on the 9th of December, 2024, this Toyota Beta, yes, it cleared one from the port. He paid 24,000. That time the dollar was 15 cedis. Today, just 8 December, he cleared the same car for 36,500. The dollar was 15 then, now the dollar is let's say 10 or 11.
Yeah.
So why that? Why hasn't he reduced all those things? At the time he was saying all those things, he knew that this is the engine that drives the country. He cannot do anything about it. COVID tax is still charging them. He used it to campaign against us. One of those, the Article 71 holders, S. Gracia, he said you take it from our books, you abolish it 2025. You are the last days of 2025. Have you even heard about it in the budget or in Parliament?
We're still giving them grace period because they just got in.
No. He said you are giving them grace period.
We do with every government, don't we?
No. His grace period is way gone. It's 100 days.
Yeah, he gave us a 100-day social contract.
No, he didn't give us. We, the people, give him. He didn't get the power himself. We gave it to him.
I'm saying that he agreed that in 100 days, he was going to let certain things that usually would have taken time be fulfilled in 100 days. And he adhered to that. He didn't include, did he include the abolishing of the extra?
Yes.
Was it part of the list?
It was part of it. I have the videos. I have the videos and everything.
Okay.
It was part of it.
Okay.
And these are things that has never happened. And I want you, if you can tell me some of the things that he said you do 100 days, that he's actually done them.
Oh, he said he was going to abolish the taxes. He did that.
Which taxes? The betting tax.
The betting tax, the COVID levy, the
COVID levy has not been abolished. I'm clearing goods from the port right now. It's part of the duty I'm paying.
It has been passed. It's supposed to be implemented. And you and I know that it takes time for those things to be implemented.
And the LGBTQ, he said he was going to work on it. What has happened?
I personally have my own opinion about that particular bill. And mine is that, you see, I have always thought that it was totally misguided that we pay so much attention to such a conversation. It is of moral concern. And I'm saying this carefully. It is a moral concern. And I have a son at home. I want him to do right by God and by the natural society. But I think that when we're looking at things that will develop this country, you see my very good friend, Sam George, he's very quiet about it because he himself knows that.
So what I'm saying is that, like you have spoken, President Mahama knew that these things were not at the front burner of national development. Yeah. But he used it against. I know people, Christians, who voted for him because he said when he comes the first 100 days he was going to abolish it. Yeah. So those people have been deceived. Okay. So that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So so that's what I'm saying. You don't lie to people. Excuse my language, to get power and do the opposite. You understand? 2026, when NPP was campaigning. In fact, it started 2008. Our major campaign mantra was free SHS. When we came to power, within 6 months, free SHS was fully enrolled and it was operational.
With its issues.
Yeah, anything has issues. There's nothing that you cannot have issues. You cannot have. In fact, in the US, parents went on a demonstration that they should stop their kids from writing exams. Every education has issues. So as we are human beings, we always make some garbage. You understand? But what I'm saying is that your number one promise for coming to power was 24-hour economy. Yeah. Nothing has happened to it. I mean, Ayariga, the majority leader, said that if we are thinking that they are going to bring some document about 24-hour to Parliament for them to pass it, then we are dreaming. We should stop thinking. Yet this is a national deception. You know,
I told you guys that we have to find that video of majority leader, in Parliament saying those things.
I'll forward it to you.
Yes,
I have it.
Yes, because I think a couple of days ago, one of our panelists brought it up, and I said to him that I hadn't seen the video. I cannot speak to it. But if those were his exact words, that's very, condescending. If you ask me, you cannot say that.
You are just trying to be modest with the truth. I mean, that's deception. And this is what the youth must be awakened about. Because how can you say one job will be taken by 3 people? Then they have sacked almost 60,000 youth in this country from work. NDC, I'm sorry I'm not here for NDC, but whatever they do right or do wrong affects me as a citizen of this country. Indeed. So I have to speak about them. Indeed. They don't know how to create jobs. Trust me, there's no single job that you say that, okay, NACOB, National Youth Authority, YEA, all this is a job created by NPP. Then they will come to power, they will sack everybody there and bring in their own people. So they should be able to think outside the box and create jobs for Ghanaians. They were, I mean, qualified nurses, they threatened sacking them. Teachers, sacking them. I mean, why would you do this on the people? And then when you sack them, you are bringing another group of people in. That is not. So do your 1-3-3, one job, 3 people. So that in the night around 2 a.m., like Fusukwachi said, you can go and look for wache in the night and eat. You can go to the bank at 2 a.m. I mean, this is deception. Because right now, as I'm sitting here, 2 a.m., I can open my phone, send money to my bank, and then take money from my bank at 2 a.m. So that thing is already operational. You understand? Sometimes when you are looking at me and laughing, I know why you're laughing, but don't do that.
Listen, I'm not trying to do anything. But again, my producers are saying that on the ex-gratia issue, he said he will abolish it, but not within the 100 days he promised.
But he said he will abolish it 2025.
So
if you want me to play you the tape, I have it.
Okay, guys, you have to find the tape.
Yes.
Because today we are here to hold
He said you are about 2025.
2025.
Yes.
In his first year,
yes.
That's one of the things he would do. We'll look into that. Now, okay, a lot of conversations we have to have. We're going to talk about the CJ removal. We're going to, because all of these things, and again, the purported attack on your party executives or party members or ex-government appointees is also one of the biggest conversations we're having today. I have sat here and said that if we have to hold people accountable for what they have done, they have to be held accountable.
Exactly.
How do you then want to be treated when you're found in the midst of a conversation that says that you have caused financial loss to the state?
We don't want to be treated differently from any other Ghanaian.
Okay.
But unfortunately, in this era, you just have to be a member of the New Patriotic Party. You can be arrested anytime for no reason.
Is that so?
I'm telling you.
At least so far, the ones we have seen, they had given us reason.
Say Obama, what did he do?
Come again?
Say Obama, Opokuase, what did he do?
Opokuase, oh, yeah.
Yes, he was arrested for posting something that was somebody has posted and he reposted it. And look at the way he was arrested. At dawn in his house. All because this guy is saying that culture of silence is creeping its way back into Ghana. And the way you even went about him tells you that whatever he was saying was the truth. And look at the way he was handled. Just for speaking his mind, saying that this is going on in Boko, and people are talking about it, and you reposted what somebody has originally posted. So what I'm saying is the NPP, we have not sent anybody to go and steal for us. So if anybody is arrested and there's enough evidence that the person has stolen from the state, the person must be dealt with.
Indeed.
So the same thing applies to NDC people. If they have, look, this guy, the former Maslock lady. Something Tamaklo.
Yes.
Ednam Tamaklo.
Ednam Tamaklo.
Yeah.
Edna. Yes.
She has been convicted of stealing from the state. I will not even say alleged. She has been convicted of stealing from the state, and the court of proper jurisdiction have convicted her. She escaped justice. She's outside. The NSS lady. NPP NSS lady, Gifty Owari. Yes. She was outside. She was interdicted and brought home. Why is that Ednam Tamaklo not interdicted and brought home? So I'm saying that we should use the same scissors for everybody's haircut so that we know justice is being served. Look at Kevin Taylor. He has, there's no soul in this country. This guy is not insulted. And then a judge has pronounced him fugitive that should come and answer certain things. Such a person, if it was you and I, you'll be looked for and arrested.
He was brought here.
By who?
But he came to...
And what happened?
And his case, so I give you a little background, because that case...
Mimi, do you know what?
I personally, do you know? Personally, I was interested in that gentleman feeling that, some level of justice being done.
But he didn't feel any justice.
But what was done...
He was pampered.
Personally, I want to read law. So I have a lot of lawyer friends. So I asked a few questions about his case. And the explanation to me was that the judge sitting on the case had already declared, some level of animosity towards the guy. And that flaws the entire case. So it was a case of the judge expressing that on Pega and Asem. Now that when you do as a judge, you flaw a case that you're handling.
That's why there's no only one judge in Ghana.
But why did they, in fact, the case is that, why did they allow that guy to sit on the case?
No, I am coming. I'm coming.
Yes, please.
This guy comes from outside.
Yes.
He's met by national security. And the information we're having is that he was even given protection at the vice president's residence.
Is it?
Yes. And then they take him to court, clear him, and then he goes away. He has to first of all be arrested. If a court of competent jurisdiction, regardless of the comments or whatever the judge has said, we have had a judge, look at the judge who spoke in Abronye case. Very biased, unlawful judgments, said things that Abronye said that the judgment that the judge brought was AI-generated judgment.
So you should stop talking anyhow.
No, nobody's going to stop talking. You have to be talking. Because you see, if care is not taken, people will lose respect in judge. Look at what is happening in Bandai. We have a case from 2012 that electoral matters are settled in a way that if the electoral areas or the polling stations are 5 and there are issues with the 2, you run only the 2. Ablekuma, we ran only 13 out of 80-something polling stations, 180-something polling stations. At only 13, because those were the ones that were purported to have issues. Pandai, the judge is saying we should run the entire constituency.
Yes. And
there's no reason for that. Because we have a case whereby when there are issues like that, you only run where there are issues. You don't annul legitimate votes that has been counted and kind of gazetted.
Yeah.
You understand? So if you have such judges around, you continue to have problems.
Right. I'm still trying to find where the unfairness is happening, because in my opinion, when I look at the way the case is going, it's almost as if we're accepting one result and rejecting the other. So if this is the case, then why don't we just floor everything, let go of everything, let's start everything from
in the
scratch.
2012 election petition.
Yeah.
There was a police station called God's Hand, Finger of God.
Yes.
It was not in existence. The election didn't take place there.
Yeah.
But results came from there. It was counted, and Mahama was declared the winner. Must we say that the entire 2012 election must be annulled? No. So in the sense and wisdom of our lords,
yes,
they said that where there are problems, it is only those places we have to look at.
We have to look
at. You don't annul the entire results. So in Pandai, there are only 4 or 3 areas that had issues. So let the elections are you following what is happening there?
Indeed.
They are saying they are not prepared for that election to happen because they have legitimately voted for somebody. And if where you have issues, you go and you have judges talking and behaving the way these judges behaving, you throw the country into a mess. Now the issue came to when you declare something, there's a process. Yeah. And then Bagben said that yes, the judge has brought the issue, to a certain level. There's a process whereby you give the person that the judgment is against 7 days. If the person will, how do you say it, will go back to court again for the issues to be resolved. Now, the person immediately went to court for appeal. The appeal has not been heard. Nothing has happened. You have issued letter. The same, that's why I say, Bagman, he must bow down his head in shame. Oh. Yes.
Your own Bagman?
Yes, he's my friend. He's a friend of mine.
Your own Bagman?
No, he must bow down his head in shame. Some few days back, you brought a ruling in Parliament that the guy, if he is going for appeal, it means that he's still a member of Parliament and he can continue to do the business of Parliament. Yeah. Now, within another few days, you have released a letter that EC should go ahead and organize the elections.
Because that's
the guy is already in court for appeal.
Is that not a fair deal that I have not sent you out of Parliament because within your rights in Parliament as a member of Parliament, you are given a certain ultimatum to operate as the case is going on. We don't whisk you out of Parliament immediately. But once you're there, should the ruling not...
I'm happy you said you're going to read law. You have to really read it hard. Because so far as there's a judgment has come out, and the person that the judgment is against is gone on appeal, it vitiates the previous judgment.
Indeed.
Until the person goes on appeal and the judgment is upheld. So now the judgment can either be upheld or denied.
Denied, indeed.
So if they take him out of Parliament, run another election, another person wins, and then the court, the appeal, he wins the appeal. What happens?
What then happens?
That's chaos.
I see.
That is when the wisdom of the framers of the Constitution as soon as somebody, even let's say you and I are fighting over a piece of land, and you are developing it, well, as soon as you go to court, they'll put injunction on it till the court case is over.
True.
So if there, let's say there's injunction there to make sure that the appeal has been held, and then the judgment has come out of the appeal, either to uphold it or, cancel it. Yeah. Then you go and you're saying you should go and do
run the election.
You're making nonsense of the whole legal process.
Still on this conversation, so while at it, it's almost as if it's going to happen. The election is going to happen. If that is the case, would the NPP contest? No, we are not. It will not even happen. Okay. Trust me, because Ghana has not been sold to a group of people. We are all Ghanaians. The process will all be in it. Yeah. Look, NDC, we have lived in this country. I don't know, maybe that time, no, sir. Let me try. We have lived in this country that it was only NDC members who were in parliament. That NPP didn't even have one parliamentarian. But the country didn't break up. We came back strong and won elections. Regardless of what they are trying to do. NPP, look, NDC has passed certain laws before that they came and the net caught them, causing financial loss to the state. They did it with bad intention, with NPP on their minds. But it never caught a single NPP person. They suffered those laws. So what I'm saying is that you ask for fairness, and if you feel that fairness, as soon as they came to power, there were so many issues, legal issues going on. Japa, the finance minister, the former CEO of Cocoa Board, all of them, Dr. Dufour, their cases were pending. They cleared all the cases away. Yeah. That I have spoken against. Yes, and the same way, you have cleared a group of Ghanaians. You are using the same law against another group of Ghanaians. Can you imagine? So what I'm saying is that NPP, we have not sent anybody to go and steal for us. So if you have stolen your money, they deal with you. You are the only person who is going to suffer for it. The party has no obligation towards that. Yeah. But let justice be fair. That's why it's called justice. We don't have different types of justices. It should be fair to all manner of people. Yeah. Yes. So my team is telling me now that the EC has released the date 30th of December for the Pandai elections. Yeah, so how do you feel about it? Now that I think I know you understand the issues better now, how do you feel about it? I'm a little worried. And I'm hoping that at the end of it all, quite honestly, I think this country has an issue of focusing on things that just throw us off. Then when everybody is comfortable, we run along with it. Exactly. Because there's more pressing issues as a country that we have to discuss. There are more pressing issues as a country we have to discuss than trying to, you have majority, super majority, you can do everything you want in parliament. Why must you even bring this tension in that side of town? There's also a lot of tension in parliament now. The past couple of days have had, the minority in parliament, speak up, contest, and disrupt a business of the day. That has also become an issue that we're looking at, also how we could completely get as a minority that does not cause chaos in parliament. See, we should all be worried. Don't leave this as an NPP matter. It's not. It's a national issue. Martin Luther King once said that a presence of injustice everywhere is the absence of justice everywhere. So today there's injustice somewhere. It should tell every Ghanaian that wherever I find yourself, there's injustice. Well, it depends on where you are. Look at, that's a big case that I don't want us to even waste time on, Galamsey. Yeah. Today, almost every NDC executive is involved in Galamsey. How is that? It is the truth out there. Everybody is aware. I'm not aware. Okay, you can behave like the ostrich. No, I'm not behaving like the ostrich. I don't know where they are. So you think Galamsey is stopped? When we said in this country, and with the reports, I'm still looking for whose report it was, but when the report came out that there were NPP members or members of the government of the day at the time involved in Galamsey, what was done to those people? We didn't get any result from there, and it's almost as if it's repeating itself. No. The difference is big. If there's any government who has fought Galamsey in this country, it's NPP. How? Akufo-Addo stopped Galamsey for 2 years, if you remember. No, actually... Did it really stop? It did. For 2 years, nobody was doing Galamsey in this country. And your producer is very active. He is. So I'm sure you get the information. Trust me. For 2 years. And you are saying NPP members, do you know our women organizer, Kate? Yeah. About 50 of her machines were bent. We're in power. We're in government. She was still a national women organizer. That's what I'm talking about. But today, everybody is there, and the president is defending it.
And you get a speaker, a spokesperson to the president saying that we should provide him with the evidence of galamsey before they would do something about it. Yet when they were in opposition, they said they would declare a state of... It was one of the 100 days promise. Ask your producer, you bring it out.
No, I'm not going to ask the producer,
No,
but at least I know this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And what has happened to today, suddenly they've turned a blind eye to it. And the rate at which our water is getting bad has increased.
Indeed, that we can attest.
So that should tell you that the exercise has also gone up. Even forests that nobody was mining there, now they are there with impunity. You can get a district chief executive fighting a commander of police in the forest.
That's also a case they are still looking
Exactly.
into.
So what I'm saying is that until we sit up as a country and say, no, this we don't want, we get radical leadership and radical citizens. All this is, and it will come back and hit us one day.
Indeed.
In the face.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed. Still talking on conversations around galamsey. Before we go on a quick break, NIMOS has also come out with their own reports, challenges they are facing already with chiefs and politicians. And then I asked, who are the politicians? Are they NPP politicians or NDC politicians? They haven't been able to disclose who really is in the middle of that, those who are disrupting their operations. But NIMOS would have to release a date with names and more details, right? But we're going to go for a quick break. When we come back, the conversation continues right here on Voting Voices. You're still here on Voting Voices, where we are allowing you to voice out your opinion. Let us know. Stay connected with us as we have great conversations to empower ourselves as young people. And I'm glad that we get to sit here with, he said we shouldn't call him honorable, so Mr. Ampofo, as we get into great conversations. But we're coming to go back to your constituency, where I hear you're doing incredibly well. But we're going to hear from you. Or do I say what they're actually saying? Should I say what they're saying? Okay, I will say it. But let's shift to Botiano, right? Now, under your leadership, what are some of the key developments you brought into the area, which wasn't there maybe 8 years ago? How long have you been in the position, and what are some of the key developments you brought to the area?
Okay, the Member of Parliament then was Honorable Sylvester Tete.
Yeah.
He was there for just 4 years. I'm stressing on this because some people think that he has been there for 12 years or 8 years. And there
Why that thought to do?
Say that again?
That's a lot of years.
Yes, he has been there for just 4 years.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. And the kind of work the guy did in that constituency, there's no MP who has ever worked like that in that constituency. Within the 4 years, he started a brand new secondary school called Botiano Senior High School. Brand new from scratch to finish. Today, our children are schooling there. Before he became the MP, just around the time that he came for the internal primaries, he was the CEO of National Youth Authority.
Yeah.
He built one of the biggest astroturfs in our constituency. As I speak with you, the Premier League is being played there.
Oh.
Yes, so all the big teams and everything has opened up the constituency. On Sundays, you see a lot of cars, people selling around and all those things. This is how you develop a community.
Right.
The biggest headache of that constituency is our road network. We have our roads are quite bad, very, very bad. And, you know, he's a fighter. He did well. He did some of the roads. The one famous road in that constituency is called Asamoah stays on that road.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Those days, anytime it rains, you guys will come there with your cameras because of Asamoah. The rains coming from the top, the gutters and everything. And Asamoah tried, he will put sand on it. When it rains, it brings everything down. The area is called Broadcasting.
Okay.
He constructed that road from the main road to the top.
Okay.
Around the West Hills Mall, there is a place that between the West Hills Mall and then the Shell filling station. Anytime it rains, that place becomes a swimming pool.
Oh.
Yes. Now that place is now asphalted to the top. And he has started one from Botiano that was going to link from a place called Red Top to that one. The gutters and everything were done before we left power. Talk less of things that he did at the hospitals and schools, building of schools and then hospitals, maternity wards. During the COVID, he built isolation center at one of our hospitals and the expansion of maternity block at Kokrobite Hospital. So these are most of the things that he did in the constituency. Yeah. And trust me, it will take a miracle for any MP to even be at par with him.
Wow.
Yes.
I see.
Exactly.
I see. Now, still talking about development, but we want to look at some of the challenges that you currently are facing, that you would need the party, because again, in 2028, you need that constituency you need a win from that constituency. What are some of the challenges you're facing now that you would really appreciate if the
I think you can easily be a prophetess, because 2020, you are actually going to win that constituency.
I see.
Yes, because of you see, sometimes it's good for change to come. Okay. For people to be able to weigh two options properly. Right. And trust me, people are saying that they've made a mistake. Oh, but to me, it's not a mistake. It was an opportunity for the people to learn certain lessons in life. Yes. Like I said previously, our main challenge in that constituency is our roads. I mean, if you see the kind of structures, buildings people have built there, and the kind of roads they are just so bad. Look at Kokrobite, Botiano, Bojo Beach area. Terrible. Those are areas that tourist center, but the roads, like, and that is a discouraging factor. Yeah. So these are things that will urge government and the current government. Like I keep saying, governance is a continuous process. Yeah. From Botiano Old Barrier to all the way to Tuba, Sly fought for it, and it was awarded for certain contractors. But it stopped because we left power. Oh. I'm pleading with the current Minister Agboja, who is also a friend of mine, to make sure that they do that. You let them do it and let it be part of the legacy of NDC. Indeed. Because NDC, they don't have any legacy in Botiano. There's nothing I can point that NDC did this. Yes. Whether schools, court buildings, hospitals, nothing. Oh, okay. You see, so at least they should have a legacy in Botiano. Okay. And let it be that we have NPP did this, they too they have done this, so that together we develop that community for ourselves. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so some people are complaining about their own areas. So please, you're going to share that with me so that we can ask. I was going to call you honorable. I don't know how you don't want.
Honorable men are dishonorable men. I don't want to be part of that.
You don't want to be part of so. Yes, so Mr. Ampofo here.
In Parliament, you have seen honorable people chewing ballot papers. You have seen them destroying ballot papers. You have seen them fighting. In fact, you have seen some of them even taking double salaries. That if it was you and I, we would have been behind bars by now. So they are dishonorable people.
Indeed. Well, let's go back to now the big conversation, which is 2026 primaries for the NPP. It's a big conversation now. The fact that you're doing it so early, I guess we've had different answers for that. So we know that it is a call in the right direction, in your opinion, to start early so that you're able to restructure home. What kind of leadership do you think you're looking for now for the NPP?
Let me take you back a bit. Okay. NPP, at any point in time, we listen to Ghanaians and we give the right leadership to Ghanaians. Because we know that only the supporters of NPP cannot give us power. So therefore, when we are choosing leaders, we choose leaders that will be appealing to Ghanaians. The year 2000, when President Rawlings was about to exit. Yeah, that was the year 2000, right? We had options. We had the Dubai, Akufo-Addo was there, President Akufo was there. But we looked at that time and the situation in the country, we said, no, let us bring President Akufo. We brought President Akufo. We know the legacy this man left for this country.
One of the best presidents.
One of the best presidents this country has ever had. After that, NDC also came, and then we brought in Akufo-Addo. They were so aligned. Samantin was there. Other people were there. We brought in Akufo-Addo. Trust me, the unfortunate issues that Akufo-Addo faced was that he met certain challenges that were above him. And some of them were the worldwide pandemic that we all faced. But even look at him, how he navigated this country around the pandemic that time. It was one of the best. In fact, they ranked South Korea as the best managers of the pandemic. Ghana was second in the whole world. You know, and sometimes we forget some of these things easily. But we should remember that there has been a time in this country that all of us had to be in the home. Schools have to close. Even there were a point in time that schools had to open. And he had to take the decision for parents. Parents were scared. Hey, why letting my ward go to school at this time when the world is asleep? But he took that bold initiative and opened up the schools and opened the country. I mean, it was flawless. You remember fellow Ghanaians? It was deep, it was sensible, it was making sense for this country. You understand? So Ghana needed a leader like Akufo at that time, and NPP provided that kind of leadership. Now, coming to 2028, we are going to listen to Ghanaians, and make no mistake, NPP will not make that mistake. Our delegates is more or less like a religion. We will look out for the right leader for the country. A right leader for two things. A leader that is a think tank, that's going to be able to think to improve the well-being of Ghanaians. And then secondly, a leader that is going to win us power. So we are going to look at all this, and not about ourselves alone, but something that's going to be beneficial for the entire country. So trust me, there's a saying in Akan, say, "Abruwashe demo no sisi no."
No sisi no.
We are hiding. We are doing the right thing. We come up with something good for the country, and then Ghana will be the ultimate beneficiary.
Still on that, so I see what is also happening that is very worrying for a lot of Ghanaians is the fact that everybody has shown what camp they belong to. What camp do you belong to?
I'm a constituency chairman.
Yeah, constituency chairman.
That's the camp that I belong to.
That's the camp you belong to. You're not a connected or Bawizi camp.
No, they are all my brothers. I meet with them all the time.
Okay.
And any point in time, when there's something I need to chip into them privately, I do it.
You do it.
But I am a chairman for all of them. Okay. I think Monday, Kennedy is coming to my constituency. Okay. Unfortunately, I will not be there.
You'll not be there.
But I've told him that I will not be there. Dr. Baumia, I'm in touch with him and his team all the time. We are good to go. Okay. It is unfair. You see, the way we do politics, sometimes I feel that I don't belong to that profession.
Okay.
Yes, because let's say my brother here is vying for a position. My sister is also vying for a position. You have the right to support any of them.
Yes.
And when your candidate don't win, it is your obligation and duty to come full on board to support the winnable candidate for the sake of your party.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for other side of the world, when they see that you are for this person, you are in trouble. Forever, you've committed a political suicide. Yeah. And I don't belong to that school of thought. I'll make sure that whatever I'm doing is to the interest of the party, and not an individual. Yes, that's
one other big conversation that came up, and we're touching bits and pieces of some of these conversations, is the fact that, like we all agree, he was one of the best presidents we've had in this country. His Excellency Kufo.
Yes.
Yes. He mentioned that there were a lot of things that you did as a party that he wasn't consulted. As part of the leadership of the party, why was that the reason? Because if someone said it, then it would have been an error. But he's saying it from his own mouth that there were many things you did as a party. As someone who was the reason why you had won power at some point, he was hoping to have been consulted a little bit more. Why was that decision taken?
All right. And in every constitution, there are the spirit and the letter. That's the written ones, and the one that common sense tells you to do.
Indeed.
There are some group of people that follows the letter and they don't follow the commonsensical ones. What I'm trying to say is that you cannot do anything meaningful in NPP and ignore President Nana Akufo-Addo. So if for one reason, even if he himself is complaining, that is a problem for me. It's a problem. I mean, we cannot whitewash things. is a problem for me. But some of the reasons are not meant for this platform. It's meant for our internal party consumption.
So you go and fix it?
I'll revert. Oh, yeah, of course, we'll fix it. Yeah, but we shouldn't allow it. President Kufuor naturally doesn't talk too much.
Yes.
So for him to have come out to speak, it means there's a lot of pain in his stomach. Sure. So we need to address some of these things because, like you said, NPP, some of our deep roots that gives us oxygen is him. And his blessing alone means a lot for us. So if you are going through elections like 2024, and not him alone, I know some big guns in the party that said that, Chairman, I just woke up to go and vote. But these are people that have a lot to bring on board. Sure. You see, so he just went up, got up one day and went to vote without even doing anything strategically for the party. And some of these things will be corrected. That is why internal elections are very important. We have to look at all these characters and then we correct ourselves as we move along. Yes.
This was done by the NDC, I would say 2012. 2012.
Yes, to Rawlings.
To Rawlings.
I know.
And so I guess...
Some were saying that they were even taming the wild dog.
The wild dog before they lose their party. So I guess it is also very important that we do that.
That should tell you that NDC, NPP, we are all Ghanaians. Yeah. We have the same character traits.
You do.
We misbehave when we have to. You see, this is a misbehavior.
There's no day you should be misbehaving for any reason. We don't agree. We didn't vote for you to come and misbehave. No, but we don't choose you as a party to come and misbehave at any point.
No, the voters even misbehave more than the people they vote for.
No further comments on that one. Another big conversation, before we wrap up our conversation, is OSP's office. OSP's office was set aside to fight corruption and corruption-related activities. So far, we haven't been able to, from Martinamidu to our current OSP, we haven't seen any case completely, dealt with, and that's a problem Ghanaians are, complaining about, and they're asking for that office to be scrapped off completely, because if Attorney General cannot fix it, and even now with OSP, they cannot work together to fix anything, there's no way the OSP office is relevant. Tell me, what was the rationale behind, apart from the fact that we're fighting corruption, when you look at the posture of His Excellency, former President Nana Akufo-Addo, he was to help fight corruption. In his tenure, Masamidu did say that his whole operation was disrupted by the very people that employed him. We had some, little gossips around that with our current OSP. What is the issue? Why have you set up an institution and we keep having complaints about this? And what do you think will be your recommendations moving forward?
So what that means is that my recommendation is simple. It has to be scrapped.
Okay.
It's not fit for purpose.
Okay.
Because there are already government agencies that can work to fight corruption if we really mean to fight corruption. But it's like we are joking in this country. Nobody is responsible for anything. I was telling a friend of mine that the solution of the solution of problems in this country, the equation is two. When you do business maths, there's something called almighty equation, the quadratic equation. When you put in the formula, you always get the answer. So when we put in these two formulas in Ghana's problem, we always have a solution. One of those problems is punishing people for wrongdoing, regardless where the person is coming from. When we do that, this country will see somewhere. And then learning to sack people when you have to sack them. Sometimes I think that when you sack somebody is a punishment. No, the person must be imprisoned. I know a short series that I watched in the US that a police officer was on his way to work and he was watching TV in his home and realized that there's been a bank robbery. And when he saw one of the guys, he thought that was the son. So the son came home just about when the man was leaving. And he realized that the mask the guy was wearing at the bank and all those things, it was in his table. The man just left the house and came back with the police to arrest his son. Yeah. That is how we should manage things in this country. My daughter, the last born, was doing this when you sit in chairs and they will play music and they will stop. How do you call it?
What was that thing called? Dance?
Yes, they would dance around the chairs.
Around the chair. What's that thing? Musical chairs.
Musical chairs. Musical chairs.
Oh my God, I'm old.
At church, right?
Yes.
And I was the one stopping the music.
Okay.
Because I was playing the music from my phone.
Okay.
And she got to the final, there were two. I couldn't look for her to lose or win.
Yeah.
So I just turned my face I mean, I watched my back at them so that I couldn't see. And I stopped the music and she lost. She came fighting me that, Daddy, why you should have made me win that. Why did you do that? I said, no, in life, you have to be fair.
Starts.
Yes, you have to be fair. And she understood. Though she was crying, she understood. You understand? That's how we have to act in this country. Regardless of who does wrong, the person must be punished. Something cannot be right yesterday. Look at this purchase of these airplanes. Yesterday, it was bad. Today, it is good. A guy was sitting on NDC, I mean, Peace FM saying that, NDC guy, communicator, saying that Mahama is a visionary leader because he's purchasing these planes. So yesterday when somebody was buying it, how can the fact that you are purchasing a plane make you a visionary leader? Then anybody else can be a leader. You understand? So we should know wrong is wrong regardless who is doing it and know that this is wrong. The OSP office must be scrapped. Because people are using it to fight their personal battles against individuals.
Right.
Look at this man. The lawyer that was arrested some few days ago, the NDC lawyer.
NDC lawyer. You want to share me that?
This guy was his name. Martin Pegu.
Martin Pegu, indeed.
Yes.
Martin Pegu.
They called him, he went to report himself. Apparently, in fact, he's part of people writing petition for his removal.
Yes.
And somebody wanted to show him where power lies. So he got there, he got detained. And suddenly, the NDC are crying. They have done it to everybody in NPP. No, it was okay. When they got one NDC man, they are crying that they should scrap that. So for the first time, both NDC and NPP in Parliament are saying that the guy must go.
Oh, it wasn't the first time. The first time they agreed on removing something was levy, please.
Okay, yes. You understand? So these things must not stand. What is right is right. What is wrong is wrong. What was wrong yesterday is still wrong today. So 10% is not good yesterday. Why 5% should be good today? It
cannot be.
Exactly.
Oh, I see. Still talking about, guys, am I ready to go? No, I'm not ready to go. Okay, let's talk about the COVID-19 levy, the repealing of that COVID-19 levy. It has been brought to our attention. In fact, when the budget was read, now we have some sort of a clarification that is going to pull through. But then people are concerned that whatever money COVID was making for the country, what then are we going to use to replace that? Does it concern you?
Yeah, it concerns me. But the point is that if you make all the money in the world and your citizens are under harsh conditions, you've done nothing. The people must feel a little bit of certain things. Yes. So yes, the COVID levy must go. If it goes, there are so many ways. In the entire 8 years of NPP, we increased electricity by 7.8%. The entire 8 years. Just 1 year of the NDC, they've increased almost 30%.
But is that not a recurring situation? Does it not happen every year? Is it PRC?
But the 8 years was also every year. But we increased only 7.8. The 8 were made up of years. 8 good years.
True.
7.8, but only 1 year. So I'm saying that the fact that this levy is going, there are a lot of levies that they have already introduced that can cure that mischief. Yes.
So we don't have any problem.
No, we don't have. We shouldn't have any problem.
We shouldn't have any problem.
Yes, they should plug the loopholes, the corruption and the stealing when it stops.
They're calling for the removal of the electoral commissioner. Already there has been a few dismissals here and there. And we have said over here that we think there are certain institutions that need to be looked into and their sovereignty be protected. Also, we've also asked that, the right thing be done. So if someone is found culprit of acting out of their position, then they should be held accountable. But we're looking at CJ, we're looking at Attorney General, then we're looking at the Electoral Commission. It was going to be the second time people are calling for that, and if it happens, then in my opinion, it will be very unfortunate. But what are the bases to be able to sustain her in her position?
I want to first of all start from the CJ. It was a pre-advertised intention to remove the woman even before they came to power.
Sure.
So it is something that, as we speak, the reason why the woman has been removed, she herself, she doesn't know. The prima facie case has not been presented to her.
But as we stated that there was misbehavior.
How can you tell somebody you have misbehavior? You don't tell her the source of the misbehavior.
They said she spent money that was meant for.
Was she the first person that has? So journalists, you have a duty for this country.
Indeed.
Was she the first minister, the first CJ? All of them. In fact, you see, look at her. She was given $14,000 as per diem for that journey that you're talking about. Yeah. She spent less than $4,000. She's brought the rest back. How many politicians does that?
Someone even made a case that the person who signed off that money hasn't been called.
Exactly.
But
So the person, that's a fantastic. When I heard it, I've heard that.
Yes.
That was fantastic. How can the person who signed off at illegality sit in his or her seat and continue to sign the illegality? Yet the person who benefited from it is in trouble. You get the point. So it is a predetermined, pre-orchestrated mind to remove the woman regardless. But you know the danger? The danger is that we have dropped the standard so low. Indeed. So tomorrow, you don't need to struggle to remove any CJ, regardless of how good the person is. Tomorrow, President Mahama said in the opposition that NDC lawyers should prepare that when NDC wins power, he's going to take them to the bar or something, to the bench. They are going to become
part of the
judges.
Yeah.
So that lawyer,
that's what you're seeing?
That lawyer, yes, that's what is happening. That lawyer, who is President Maham knows him as NDC and not an ordinary Ghanaian lawyer. And for that reason, you have made him a judge. If you go and sit on a case, that I, chairman of Botiano, and he knows that I'm a chairman of NPP, how is he going to handle me? Based on the law of the land or based on my political affiliation? So if even that's the case, you don't have to speak like that. That's why leadership, you need to think deep before you don't talk loosely like that. Today, you are in power. The Constitution mandates you to fill the gap. You have filled those gaps. So must we see them as NDC judges? If I go before him, is he an NDC judge or a state judge?
Yeah.
You understand? Now, the electoral commissioner, they are saying that, Kufuor did some and all those things. The two are completely different. The first one, they themselves were fighting, all the commissioners, the three of them. I mean, there were audios that came out, that were the insult, the undermining, and all those things. We cannot leave three people in such a sensitive place, and there will be that deep infighting. So they themselves, one of the commissioners, not a worker, one of the commissioners wrote that the woman must be removed. And they ended up removing all the three of them. Yeah. This one, a worker who is suspected to have stolen something from the office and has been sacked, is the one writing. See, so all these things, when you put them together, it is an orchestration. But we are not bothered. Me, I'm not bothered as a citizen. I'm not bothered. They can do whatever they like. In fact, if they like, they should even come and do press conference that the 88 MPs in Parliament, they have taken their seats. They should just do press conference and take the seats. There's time for everything. The time, NDC, even Wallace didn't stay in power forever. How much more in the democratic dispensation? But trust me, rumors are bound that all these are happening for Mahama to go for a third term.
Oh.
And he himself has come out to say that, oh no, he's not interested in a third term. Yeah. But me, I don't trust him. That is the truth.
What's the issue with you and Mahama?
I don't have issues with Mahama. I don't even know him. He doesn't know that I exist.
Exactly. So
but per his actions over the years that I have grown to know him till date, I don't trust him.
He's currently being touted to be he's going to join one of the best leaders that we've had in this country based off from how he has found ways or creative ways to make money for this country, that is save some of, cut some of the costs and expenses of the state. Is that not good enough?
Which are some of the things? Let me tell you, today they have 66 ministers, right? Yeah. Check the government budget. It is 3 times higher than when we had even over 100 ministers. Look, today, their regional secretaries, they are more or less deputy regional ministers with all the benefit that comes for a minister of state. These guys, I mean, the deception is too much in this country. Let's pay attention to the numbers, the figures that is coming out. How can somebody tell Mahama to have reduced government expenditure? No, check the figures. It doesn't match.
I see.
Yes. So this issue of him trying to come for a third term, some journalists are part of the deal, and these
are all allegations. Are you sure you want to stay on this tangent?
Yes.
Okay.
It's true.
Okay.
And some CSOs and they are all on board. But the truth is that it is not going to happen. Okay. Maybe Mahama is dreaming, but he should just wake up. It's just a dream.
At least we've heard from his own mouth that he's not interested in a third term.
Yeah, I hope so.
So
I hope
guess,
so. Maybe you should give me a reason to trust him for the first time.
Well, then we'll wait until 2028 and see if he would be the same person that presents.
Yes, when he does it, when he doesn't contest, I'll look for him and congratulate him for making me trust him for the first time. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think that we have a lot of things we want to unpack when it comes to conversations leading to the primaries of the NPP. But I'm also very excited that there are certain things that we've been able to clear out of the way. On the day, 31st of January, what is the plan for the day? Let's look at what is going to be happening and how we could participate to understand.
I mean, the elections are going to be held on constituency basis. Every constituency will hold its elections.
They hold their own.
Yes, there are some constituencies that have about 1,500 delegates. Those one will have about 2 or 3 booths, and then just like that, we'll vote, and by 5 o'clock, the results should be out.
Will be out. You're competing
as presidential candidate.
No, I'm saying that.
No, I mean, in not too distant a future, you'll be interviewing me as the president of Ghana, but for now, I'm just a constituency chairman.
I'm waiting for the day you'd come up. I'm sure my team here would put together a team for you.
Exactly.
With me not included.
Oh, of course. You are going to be the engineer, the chief architect of it.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for joining us. We have been speaking to Mr. Bright Ofori Ampofo, NPP constituency chairman for Botiano Inglesi Amanfo, and he has been incredibly amazing and very generous with himself. I'd say he's fast becoming one of my favorite politicians because there's Reginald. You people know I love Reginald because he's very constructive in his conversations. He is not so NDC. He's very Ghanaian, and he's a very young man. You should look him up. Reginald Acheso Boateng. Boateng. Is it Boateng? Yes. Very incredible young man. He is one of my favorite politicians, and he's so young. So you're warming up to take up that position.
Amen.
But thank you so much for sitting with us. We'll be looking forward to the 31st of January, and the outcome will definitely lead us into a different conversation as to how we're preparing for 2028. But we wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
Any thank yous, any messages to your people before we go?
Yes, I want to use this opportunity to urge the NPP. We should remain resolute and start the internal structures, the rebuilding. We should get back to our roots and talk to our people. I keep saying, if you look at the figures and the numbers, our people didn't vote for us. That's why we lost the elections. Not because they didn't vote for us, they went out to vote for NDC. So if you watch the figures well, NDC, the figures they got 2020 are the same figures they got 2025 that they used to win the elections. So let's go back to our girlfriends and our wives who are angry at us and go and plead and bring them back home.
True.
When they come back home, we can win elections in this country any day.
I see what you did over there. I see what you did over there. So the wives and the girlfriends who are angry, the children and the brothers who are angry with the NPP, they're going to...
They now have more reasons to come back home than even ourselves. Because those days, now free SHS, the placement, you know what happened? It was being sold like tomatoes. Maybe you don't know, I know. I paid some to some people.
Well, my son... got the STEM school, and I didn't have to pay anything.
No problem. And you have to thank God for that.
I thank God.
I know a lot of parents that case did so well.
Yeah.
They were taken to faraway schools, and they made them day students. This forced the parents to come and buy. There are slots available. It was being advertised all over social media. 20,000, 25,000, 35,000, 30,000. The least you get in a B school may be 15,000. And this is what we paid. And it is sad. Now everything is being dismantled gradually, but I hope that we'll be able to put this, because it was helping a lot of children with bad homes, with no money, poor backgrounds, and stuff like that. So I hope that we'll put our act together well, and Ghanaians will know that NPP, yes, all the best things that has ever happened in this country came from us.
Came from you. And like I always say, that when it's right, I would totally say it. My son totally has benefited from...
you see the STEM school, how it is?
Wonderful school. Incredible school.
Yes.
My son has been, and by the grace of God, my son has been in, good schools. And he cannot even disassociate himself from where he is right now, because it's almost the same. It's like moving from an international...
How old is he?
He's 15.
Okay, that's my son.
That's your son. That's your son.
All right, I know. I get the point.
You get the point, eh?
Tell me, I'll bring you an MPP card.
Sao?
Hombre fee.
But yes, yeah, it has been a great conversation. So, like I keep saying, let's keep holding our leadership accountable. Let's keep having
Exactly.
the relevant conversations. And I'm very happy to be a Ghanaian youth today because I see how passionate we are about the development of this country. When you go on social media, young people running, analysis on the government of the day, you'll be impressed. So you should be proud. You should be proud. The kind of leaders you're churning out. We should keep doing the good work, and hopefully very soon this country will be devoid of all these terrible conversations. But thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And to you out there voting voices, it's the show. My name is Miriam Uduak-Mensah. We'll do this again another time as we continuously have relevant conversations that help this country's development. See you again.